What are te- these techniques that they sell in these courses? I'm going to teach everything for you here. I actually have it in my Notion. If you want to read rather than watch, it's in the description. So the first thing is knowing that your time is yours. What I mean by this is some people think that their time is not up to them. They just go through the day and they don't know like when something happens to them, they're like, oh, it happened or whatever. They don't know that they choose what to do with their time. They don't know how to use how to focus on what their time goes to. So once you get that down, once you know that your time is yours and it's up to you how you choose to use it, you can go to the 333 rule. Now, this is a version that I did not really, I'm not gonna go too in depth in it, but I'm gonna tell you the basic. So it's 9 tasks, three in the morning, afternoon, and night. If you get those 9 tasks done, it's a productive day. So you have to find a task that you can do every day that's going to build discipline and help you help you feel productive at the end of the day. For example, if you start your day with working out and then eating a healthy breakfast and having some sunlight, you've already had a pretty fresh start. You had a good start to the day, so the rest of the day is gonna feel good. So once you get all those 9 tasks done, using that principle that when you do them, you feel fresh and you feel better, you go to the second point, which is knowing that, the third point, it's about the flow state. If you don't know what the flow state is, it's basically, when you're focused in deep work that you don't even know that time passes, that's basically it. So the way to this is more time efficiency more than time management, but they both link into each other because the better your time efficiency, it's basically the better your time management. They're like directly correlated. So 1 hour of deep studying or deep work or whatever is better than 5 hours of interrupted work. So let's take person A, person B. Person A, they they work for 5 hours, but every 20-30 minutes he has to check his phone because he's addicted. Like his phone keeps sending him notifications, so he just goes checks. Person B has 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour of uninterrupted work. Who do you think at the end of them will have more work done? The person that keeps checking his phone and keeps distracting himself before getting into something, or the person that's just going at it without stopping and has this much momentum going on. So now that you know that one uninterrupted work is un better than distracted work, how do you get there? So Parkinson's law is stating that it's a huge bell curve that goes at the end, and it's saying that the more time you spend on something, the easier it is to do it. So it's basically it's basically the link to going into flow state. Flow state is gonna be like friction in the start, and then it's going to feel like time is just going by. Like you're not even gonna feel time. You're just gonna be working, which is why, like, you have to understand this law. So if you feel like you can't really focus, you can't do anything, you have to allocate more time. You know that uninterrupted work is better than distracted work, and you know how to get into uninterrupted work. Let's go to the 20-80 rule that's going to reinforce both of those. Basically, 20% of all of your actions dictate 80% of all of your results, which means let's take 1 hour of interrupted work. 20% of that is why, like, if you take 20% of that and you have, let's say, interrupted work, interrupted, you're gonna find that in those 20%, you have 5% that you're actually working, which is why 80%, which is why your results might look bad. It's like you say you studied, but in reality, like you actually did 5%, while the rest of the 15% you were just on your phone or doing whatever. You're distracted, you were not focused. But let's take uninterrupted work. If you take 1 hour and 20% of that, it's all uninterrupted, that's why those results are gonna be 3 or 4 times better than if you were to be distracted. So you're uninterrupted, but in the first one you were uninterrupted, interrupted, distracted, whatever. So knowing that 20/80 rule, it's basically like, okay, uninterrupted work equals more results. That's basically the gist of it. And when I say that working out is like it increases your time management, I do mean it, because working out will increase your focus and it will increase your brain, like it will just have it fire, okay, which increases your time efficiency. And time efficiency is basically how much work you get done in a certain amount of time. For example, if the amount of work you get done in a certain amount of time is low, you have low time efficiency. If it's high, you have high time efficiency. So now that we've got knowing what a productive day is, flow state, and like working out, you can go to the last five, which is basically your to-do list, time blocking, noticing when your time is wasted and eliminating them, and writing things down. So, to-do list, pretty self-explanatory. I'm not even gonna say it. But some people struggle in time blocking. And the way I like to simplify it is, let's take 10, 30, 60. 10 minutes, 30 minutes, and 1 hour. You can either plan out your entire day in increments of 10 minutes, plan out your entire day in increments of 30 minutes, or plan out your entire day in increments of 60 minutes. And I feel like that helps simplify time blocking for you. So how do you go by it? If you don't have a calendar, you probably need like like those daily calendar, like Google Calendar, like whatever you do in a day. Personally, I don't like time blocking because like it's if you're just starting out, time blocking is gonna be really hard to get into. But let's say you can get the first 6 hours of the day time blocked, like those 6 hours are repeated every day, then you're going to find that it's later on, you're going to be able to do a full day or a half a day. So just start small and scale it into something big using the momentum. That's basically everything. I'm not gonna assume you're stupid. Noticing when your time is wasted and eliminating it, that goes into time blocking. So if you're time blocking is basically, you know, sectioning all of your day so that you don't waste time. But if you end up wasting time, you can just section that part of the day, eliminate it, or do whatever. And writing things down, obviously, whatever you do, write it down so that you know. And so you know that if it's like, for example, at 6 p.m., I I wrote down that I was recording a video. I would write that down. But on 7 p.m., I was wasting my time. I write that down, eliminate one of them, and when you have a full list and like a full week, you know what you're doing. But usually you don't do it like how do I say it? You probably do it at like the end of the day. If you go back to the 3-3-3 rule, you can write things down as part of your night routine. Anyways, whew, I'm sick, man. My nose is blocked and it was very hard to film this video. If you guys liked it, like it. If you dislike it, dislike it. Tell me know, let me know what you think I should improve on and what videos you want to see next. And bye.